Hey, good afternoon. Hope that everyone's having a good Thursday. Pray that God has blessed you today and you remain safe and healthy and well. And I just wanted to bring you a word that God has showed me, and it's amazing to me how that sometimes we as Christians, we can trust God with really big things, but it's the little things, the day-to-day things that we go through, and trials and temptations in our life that we struggle with. Those little issues. The Bible says the little foxes spoil the vine, and so I find it odd and a bit peculiar, I guess, even in my own life, when I can trust God with my eternity, but I have a hard time trusting God with smaller instances and day-to-day living and things such as that. So I wanted to bring you a word that God showed me today, and I pray that it will encourage you, and maybe you'll get the same thing out of it that I got. And it's found in 1 Peter chapter number 1. The Bible said in starting verse number 3, "Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, which according to his abundant mercy hath begotten us again unto a lively hope by the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead." And what he said, "Blessed be God who saved us." And how did he save us? Because Jesus rose from the dead. We believe upon Jesus, and we believe upon Christ, and we're saved. Amen. And that's a wonderful, wonderful hope, a lively hope, not just something we're hoping that will happen. Sometimes we take the Bible words and that we put our own spin on them. And I believe the English language over time has diluted the word hope. Hope is not I think it may come to pass, but hope is something that you know will happen. And I'm glad we can know that we have life and we've passed from life into death. The Bible says because we love the brethren. There are evidences to this lively hope that we have. We have a lively hope because God has given us the earnest of his Spirit living inside of our heart. When I feel God moving inside of me, it is the evidence that God has born me again. Look at what he says. He says, "To an inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and that fadeth not away, reserved in heaven for you." He said, so you've been saved, not just saved from some things, but one of these days you're going to be saved from all things, and we'll have a place in heaven, and which is already prepared for us. And Jesus said in John 14, "I go away to prepare a place for you, and if I go away, I will come again to receive you unto myself." And so we know we have an inheritance incorruptible. It says, "Who are kept by the power of God through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time." So how do you think that we're going to get to heaven? By the power of God. It's not by our own power. Do you know how to get there? Thomas said it like this. He said, "Lord, how can we get there? We don't know the way." And Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me." Thomas said, "I don't know how to get to heaven. I can't get there. There's no way in my own power." Jesus said, "But by my power, Thomas, you'll make it." And Jesus is the resurrection and the life. And so we're kept. Not only are we going to make it to heaven, but we're going to make it through this world below by the same power of God, the same power you trust in to be born again, to be saved, to go to heaven is the same power that's keeping you day by day in these little things, in these small issues, whether it be a pandemic or whether it just be what you're going to eat for supper, those issues in your life. And we're kept by the power of God. It says, "Wherein greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, you're in heaviness through manifold temptations." He said, rejoice, even though you're going through a hard time, though things are not working out the way you thought they would, we know that we got God working for us and working in our lives. He says, verse number 7, "That the trial of your faith, being much more precious than gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Jesus Christ, whom having not seen ye love, in whom though now ye see him not, yet believing you rejoice with joy unspeakable and full of glory." You know what he's saying? One of these days, child of God, one of these days, Jesus is going to come back and receive his church. And we're going to see Jesus face to face, and whatever problem you're going through right now, you'll forget about. It won't be worth it. It won't be a big deal. As soon as you see Jesus, all these little things that we make such a big deal about, they'll all be past. They'll all be gone, and we'll rejoice with him forevermore. So can I, excuse me. So can I encourage you with those words to consider the big thing and to understand the same God that you trust with your heart and with your soul, The same God you trust to get to heaven is the same God that's going to get you through today. I don't know what you're going through, but God knows what you're going through. And I may not be able to meet your need, and you may not be able to get through the situation, but God will see you through. I promise you that. God is He's faithful, and He can be trustworthy. You can trust in Him. Lean not to your own understanding. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and I believe God will see you through this trial. I pray that's an encouragement to you, and I pray that God bless you throughout the rest of the day. And we'll look forward to seeing you again and speaking with you once more again. Until then, God bless.